How is the largest nutrition company in the world performing against a global health pandemic that severely interrupts the value of their distribution strategy? Now, I believe this is only the second piece of long-form content that I've done on Herbalife Nutrition, but if you follow me on LinkedIn, you know every quarter I consistently provide some commentary on this global nutrition company powerhouse. Similar to how I do some of these other quarterly breakdown pieces of content, I will be utilizing their quarterly earnings report, also their earnings conference call, and any other public disclosures or news information to share performance updates on the company, but more importantly, focus all of this on some larger functional CPG, categorical, market and strategic insights that'll be useful to you to apply in your business or your career. Just to jump right ahead and answer that opening question, for those that might not be too aware of what Herbalife Nutrition's business model looks like, they are considered a multi-level marketing company. And that operational structure relies a great deal on a distribution model that brings value through frequent interactions, results, being shared throughout the customer base, personal connection with the customers, hyper-localization, and brick-and-mortar community, which is done mostly through what they call nutrition clubs. Now, just listening to that, if you think about this theoretically, Herbalife's operating business model should be severely interrupted because of the COVID-19 effect, where face-to-face interactions, physical shopping, and communities are being replaced by digital interactions, e-commerce, and isolation. And this is where business theory and actual business results start to divert in the anomaly that is Herbalife Nutrition. And that's because they have just achieved another record quarterly performance in their net sales at $1.5 billion. That was up just a little bit over 22% year over year. This is pretty broad-based across most of their regions in most of their countries. I think 3 out of the 6 regions, they had net sales records. In 24 countries, they had net sales records. They also grew volume points for the 10th consecutive quarter in a row. And for the 3rd quarter in a row, they set total volume points records. This is the first time since 2013 that Herbalife Nutrition has had volume points gains in every single one of their 6 regions. The North American market has been their star market. It's up 55% year over year in this quarter, and it's the largest region within Herbalife Nutrition, reaching just over $1 billion within just 9 months of 2020. And this is all pretty astounding if you think about this. So you might be wondering, how the heck are they doing that? I think the first thing we can kind of talk about is that recessions generally drive an entrepreneurial spirit. In the United States, self-employment filings are up. I think in the UK as well, new business creation is up. And Herbalife Nutrition has mentioned that they now have the largest sales force in the company's history. New distributors and preferred members are up 57%. I think in the US market, it's up 85% year over year. And this kind of makes a lot of sense if you think about this in the most simplistic senses. There's a lot of people out of work. There's a lot of people at home that have extra hours. They're really trying to either fill their day, generate some additional income for their families, and perhaps just want to start a new business. So for existing distributors, there is a lot of time for them to build out some of their sales models and have some junior salespeople and have people interested in joining Herbalife Nutrition to be a part of their sales force. And there's also an interesting thing happening with the demographics of some of these distributors, new distributors. I think 65% of these new distributors are actually millennials and Generation Z. I'm explaining in some of the next sections why that's actually extremely important for Herbalife Nutrition. First is around the shift to digital community. A lot more social media utilization happening from their distributors or their sales force as they try to stay connected and make sure they're building some community, be able to provide some education on the products. There's also a lot more digital experiences that are happening from an Herbalife perspective as they look to add some content, be that fitness, be that nutrition, things that would replace the physical nutrition club experience that maybe is down right now because of COVID-19. And what Herbalife Nutrition has found is a lot of this virtual content, be that in the format of actual events or just some of that on-demand content, is helping them reach a much larger, broader base of customers. And this has actually led them to talk about utilizing a hybrid model in the future because of how successful a lot of this virtual community building has been for them. Now, on the flip side of digital, with the commerce side of things, and things have been shifting in that direction as well for Herbalife Nutrition, they are empowering their distributors, their sales force, to have a lot more technology tools to deal with digital commerce. And they believe this new physical digital hybrid model in this area as well is providing a much more resilient and stronger sales channel for the future. 90% year-over-year growth in drop shipping in the US from some of these direct online orders. You're also seeing some of the nutrition clubs being utilized as micro fulfillment centers to get the product to a lot of these new customers a lot quicker. So they're really just taking a lot of the omni-channel retailing trends and applying it to their business in a very effective way. The digital commerce shift has allowed Herbalife Nutrition to capture more customer transaction and deepen its segmentation strategy for marketing and communication in the future. They also are utilizing in China WeChat for personal distributor stores. That was a ton of help to their members in China during COVID-19. The volume coming from WeChat in China was in the mid 20% total, and has been up incrementally on a quarter-over-quarter basis. Now, transitioning to just like product and what's happening on the product side, because we are talking about a functional CPG company, customers are obviously interested in the product, but product alone, it does not make any functional CPG business successful. It's what you build off of that. And what Herbalife Nutrition has done an extremely good job at is that their distributors are highly engaged right now, and they are adding a ton of those layers of technology to help their distributors be successful during this difficult operating landscape because of COVID-19. Herbalife Nutrition believes that an increased interest in health and wellness is continuing to drive demand for their nutrition products. The top seller continues to be the Formula 1 meal replacement shake SKU family, but also their tea products and aloe products have performed extremely well. In terms of some categories that they mentioned, weight management is actually up 18% year over year. That is completely different than the rest of the market, where weight management products have done very poorly. And that's mostly because a large proportion of the Herbalife customer base is extremely interested and tied to weight management as a focal point. Now, targeted nutrition is up 28% year over year, and the energy lineup is up 32% on a year over year basis. They also mentioned a few new product launches. First one being called Memory Armor, which is a cognitive function and brain health product. And they also had their first entry into the cannabinoid marketplace with two topical products, a balm and a skin serum called Enrichio. Refreshing the product portfolio has been instrumental for the consistency of growth of sales and giving the distributors the ammo to be successful in the field by consistently being able to offer new and exciting products to their customers. Herbalife Nutrition also mentioned some future product development trends or just product development themes. One being around clean label. Second one is to build out more of their sports line. And they also want to focus on investing in to being able to offer localized flavor variants across their global markets. Ending on some final thoughts here, I have been very consistent that anybody in the supplement industry, the sports nutrition industry, the broader functional CPG industry should be utilizing them as an inspiration in terms of when you're considering some new strategies in your business. Are there things about Herbalife Nutrition that maybe from the outside looking in, I don't like, and maybe you don't like from the business model, especially around the multi-level marketing aspect? Maybe, but does that mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater? No, there's a ton of great things that they do consistently, better than honestly anybody. And maybe you don't take it to the nth degree that they are in some cases. Maybe you just take some broader concepts, be iterative to it, and apply it into your own business. But for you to look at it and not take any of that inspiration from Herbalife Nutrition, the largest nutrition company in the world, is extremely bad judgment. And if you look at the performance of Herbalife Nutrition during the COVID-19 period and then breaking records, you really need to respect the resiliency and the flexibility and how well they've been able to adapt as almost a $6 billion company, to be able to flip a dime and really be able to excel when their existing legacy business model should have failed during this time. They've been able to accelerate their business during that time frame. That should be all the motivation you need to follow Herbalife Nutrition more closely in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to help support me, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button on this video. If this is the first time you've been introduced to my videos, would love for you guys to be a part of my community by subscribing to my channel. I upload several videos just like this weekly. And if you guys want to connect further outside of this platform, I do include all of my social media links down below. I just want to thank you guys again for your time. Hopefully I gave you some value in return, and we'll see you guys on the next video.